इन आँखों ने भी बस देखा यही।
हेलो नमस्कार, सिक्किम क्रोनिकलमा तपाईहरु सबैजनालाई स्वागत छ। वेल, आजको एडिसनमा हामी म्युजिकलाई लिएर कुराकानी गर्न लागिरहेका छौँ। हाम्रो सिक्किममा यस्ता धेरै आर्टिस्टहरू हुनुहुन्छ जो मिडियाको क्यामेरादेखि टाढो बसेर दे हेभ बिन रियली एन्ड एक्सेप्सनली डुइङ गुड फर देमसेल्भ्स। वेल लेडिज एन्ड जेन्टलमेन, आज यस्तै एकजना सिङ्गरको परिचय तपाईहरु माझ गराउन लागिरहेको छु। उहाँको बारेमा भन्नु पर्दाखेरि इनफ्याक्ट सी इज स्पोटिफाई भेरिफाइड आर्टिस्ट अनि भर्खरै मात्र उहाँले आफ्नो पिएचडी कम्प्लिट गर्नुभएको छ एन्ड सी हेज अल्सो रिसिभ्ड अ डिग्री एन्ड प्रेजेन्टली सी इज working as an assistant professor in government degree college in Gazing district in West Sikkim. र उहाँ हुनुहुन्छ Kritika Nepal. Hi Kritika.
Hello.
First and foremost, congratulations because you received your degree on PhD. अनि केमा गर्नु भएको तपाईले?
So I worked mostly on the novels of Virginia Woolf and Parijat, the Nepali author. And my field of research is on trauma studies.
Great. So let me ask you, you go on stage with the name Dokudoku. So, I mean, like, you know, something is really triggering on my mind to ask you, I mean, like, you know, what exactly this means? What is Dokudoku?
There's nothing much to the name. Doco as in the Nepali word Doco for that basket. Also, Doco is my pet dog's name and I love her a lot. And I guess I want to hear her name everywhere. So, yeah, we named ourselves after her.
So Kritika, I mean, since how long you have been, like, you know, I mean, performing or you've been singing?
We've been doing small shows here and there for a pretty long time since I was in school, in college and all that. But things were on sort of a hold for a while. I had to finish my PhD, and as soon as that was done, I'm back again, making music. Yeah.
So what was that, like, you know, point when you thought, like, you know, I mean, no, I have to come, like, you know, I mean, up as an artist now, like, you know, I have to go for the stage performances. What triggered you to do that?
I think it was mostly my own idea of what would keep me healthy mentally, because singing, performing, you know, creative endeavors are one way that I keep myself healthy mentally. Otherwise, life was getting kind of drab and, you know, it was just academics. But yeah, so I just wanted a healthy, positive change in my life, and I feel the happiest when I'm creating. So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you are especially in which genre? I mean, which genre you follow?
We don't have a specified genre as such. Ours is mostly experimental when it comes to our English songs from Dokudoku, but we also have Hindi, Nepali, even Bangla songs from this collective called Storeroom Co, and we have other artists in Storeroom Co as well. So yeah, mostly for Indian language songs that we do, it's mostly pop, but for Dokudoku, Dokudoku is mostly experimental, so we haven't really specified anything as such.
So Kritika, you know, I mean, you guys mainly work into, like, you know, originals, which in fact is more important, like, you know, I mean, it establishes your credibility and takes your, like, you know, creativity into a next flight. Tell us, like, you know, I mean, how important it is to come up with the own originals. I think originality makes more sense.
No, covers are good. You can have a completely different version of an already, you know, of a song that you've already heard a million times. But staying original, for me, it helps me express myself. It sort of helps me have a conversation with myself. So yeah, I think doing your original work, coming up with your original music is important in that sense, because you also get to know yourself through that.
Exactly. So of course हामी कन्भर्सेसनलाई त जारी राख्ने नै छौँ, तर बीच-बीचमा हामी कृतिकाको सुमधुर भोइस पनि सुन्ने छौँ, something for audience.
So okay, this song is called Heart Heart. We released this earlier this year, I think. Every day I'm living a dream. If I could only make it seem easy, breezy. But I could only wish that this madness takes me higher, so I can spread my wings ablaze, flying dead, falling right into your heart. So this is one song that we wrote for Dokudoku. We also performed this at the Zero Festival earlier.
So basically, you perform solo or you have a band?
I have a duo with the Siliguri-based producer Devo Sanyal, and yeah, it's mostly just the two of us. Sometimes we do have a full band on stage, but it's mostly just the two of us.
So where does it come from? Like, so I mean, what inspires you? What motivates you to jot down such a beautiful words and to phrase it later?
Um, I think we derive most of our inspiration from, the state of the human mind, basically. Because most of our songs talk about existential crisis, like all of us go through that at some point in our lives. And and mental health is a core issue that, we talk about in most of our songs. It's all about how we're going to conquer our old selves and come up, as new individuals. So yeah, mental health is one main thing that drives our music.
That's more important.
Yeah.
So tell us, I mean, so far, how many concerts you have performed it?
Okay. With Dokudoku, we performed at the Bloomverse Festival in Guwahati, and at the Zero Festival earlier this year. We did a few performances before Dokudoku as well, around Guwahati, and yeah, that's about it. So we've done almost 3-4 shows together. I think.
Yes. So in home ground?
Not yet. We haven't had that chance. Also, I don't really come out much, so I mean, I'm sort of a very private person, so I take my own time, I guess.
So, I mean, there are so many good singers coming up, I mean, even UNB recently made a national headline with his, amazing performance in Hustle in MTV. Tell us, how do you see, especially the music in hills, heading?
Like recently, I've been seeing so many new talents coming up from Sikkim itself. And I'm not just talking about, older talents like UNB. I mean, he's relatively older. There's younger kids, there's younger children who are going out and, exhibiting what they can do in front of the world. And I think this is a very good time culturally for Sikkim. And if we come together as a society to support our artists, I think we're headed for a pretty golden era for artists here.
Right. So digitalization has played very important role, especially for the artists to manifest their talent digitally, right? But you are one person who use very less digital platform or the media to promote yourself. How easy it has been for the singers and the artists once the digitalization has boomed up?
It's been like it's a huge difference from what it was and what it is now, right? Because earlier, if you're an artist, doesn't matter if you can sing well or write well, you have to have this, manager and producer and this record label to be able to show that to the world. But we have home producers now, we have home studios now, so that's one important thing. I mean, you can just make something in your bedroom and put it out. If it's good enough, people will like it. We know Lil Nas, right? That's how he started, I guess. So yeah, digitization, there's been a world of difference now. We don't have to depend on a record label or a manager per se, because we ourselves don't have a person who manages us. But yeah, we still put out our music when and however we like it. So that's one kind of freedom that digitization has given us now.
So what do you think, what is the challenges, especially the singers like you or the music in hills are facing?
I think when you talk about challenges, the indie music scene, because most of these bands that come up, even ourselves, we come under this, I think, the indie music label. And that still has a long way to go, I think. But recently there have been collaborations between Bollywood and indie artists and all that. So I think people are listening to local homegrown artists too that way. So yeah.
All right, so before we move on to talking about your parent support, We just want to listen something from storeroom.com.
Okay. So Storeroom, we released this song called Dekha Yahi Hai. It's a Hindi song. Another thing about our songs is they're kind of small, not very small, but we like to keep it short, just like ourselves, I guess. इन आँखों ने भी बस देखा यही है, हवा जो चली है सुनाती यही है, कल आगे जो देखा वो आज यही है. So this is one song from, we released this through Storeroom Co. And yeah, mostly Storeroom Co has other Nepali artists as well who are doing pretty well. There are artists who currently have 200k monthly listeners from Storeroom Co. So yeah, it's
So you are a Spotify verified artist, and I just wanted to talk about or delve about the parent support. I mean, look, your father is a professor in North Bengal University of Nepali department. Your mom is a bureaucrat. You yourself, you are an academician. So I mean, do you find some conjecture when it comes to your career choices? I mean, how has been the parent support?
For us, for me and my brother, it's never been about, nothing has been forced in our family.
Yeah.
So if we want to do something, if we believe in it enough, we do it, and we have full support of the family for that. And my parents have they've supported me from the beginning.
Thick and thin.
Whatever I want to do. If I want to do something else other than music, they would be there for me. I mean, I don't have to really worry about their support because they have always been really supportive. And so there are times when I have to travel for shows and everything. Yeah, I mean, they have always told me to keep these two things running parallelly. Don't quit academics, don't quit what you love doing as well. So just, find a balance between those two things. Because I guess staying happy is important, and they do understand that a lot. So yeah.
But do you get time to write songs once you are working?
Yeah, I mean, I have to. I have to write. Yeah, I mean, I don't really chalk out time in the day for that, but mostly every day I do something music related after I come back from work, come back from my classes and everything. So yeah, I do still find the time.
So what next? Look, I mean, every mountaineer has this desire to conquer Mount Everest. So I'm sure every singer has this dream, desire to do something in their life. I mean, each and every time they achieve new milestone. What's yours?
For me, I think what I want to do most in my life is just do more and more live shows, because that's what makes me the happiest. I'm not going to say I want to, reach this point or something, because I don't want to limit myself that way. But as long as I'm making new music, as long as I'm doing more live shows, I'll be the happiest. I don't need much.
One pertinent question I just want to ask you is how much it's important to take your academics parallelly, because most of the time what we see basically in hills is a trend that once you opt doing singing or music, then you tend to not take up your career or your academics further. So how important it is equally to take the academics further?
I think it's important to do everything that you can do, everything that is in your hands. If you can draw, you can sing, you are studying, do everything that you can. Just keep yourself busy, because that's the only way we can progress as a society. That's the only way we can also progress as individuals, right? Because I mean, the more free time, there's no point to free time. So for me, it's the main concern is just keeping myself busy, doing everything that I know how to do. So yeah.
Great. So before I wind up this interview, and before I ask you to sing a Nepali song from storeroom.co, I just want to ask you, what's your message to so many young minds of Sikkim? You belong to one of them. What's your message?
My message is just stay happy, stay healthy, because those are the only two things that matter in life. Success will come, success will follow if it has to. If it doesn't matter. Happiness is its own success, right? Yeah, that's what I believe. Just stay healthy mentally, just be happy. That's the main thing in life. It doesn't matter if you are financially very successful if you're not happy. So happiness is the only thing I strive for.
So let's roll a Nepali song from Storeroom.
Um, okay, here I want to mention that the Nepali song is not released, by the way. Should I be singing?
No
it?
problem. You want to sing another song? Any song? Other release song?
Yeah, okay.
जुनै भए पनि ल one I'll cut Nepali song होला.
Wait, let me think.
No problem. Take your time. No, we'll edit it everything. No problem.
Okay. So this song, I did this with Debo Sanyal. His another endeavor, that is Dreamar. So this is Dreamar featuring Dokudoku. It's called Own Tonight. Thought you might like someone by your side. Not gonna leave you on your own, on your own tonight.
Wow, Kritika, that was amazing talking with you, and all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations for all your unreleased, songs which will be releasing soon. And thank you so much for speaking with us. Indeed, Kritika Nepal र उहाँलाई धेरैभन्दा धेरै support गर्नु होला. And of course, you can go to Spotify and you can type Kritika Nepal and find her songs there, right?
Yes, or Dokudoku.
Or Dokudoku, and you'll be finding all the songs there. And please listen and please give reviews on her songs. र लुकेको आर्टिस्ट लुकेको कला आज सिक्किम क्रोनिकल मार्फत तपाईँहरू माझ आएको छ र उहाँलाई तपाईँहरूको धेरैभन्दा धेरै माया अनि सहयोग दिन हवस्. यस्तै इन्सपायरिङ आर्टिस्टहरूको कन्भर्सेसन अनि परिचय लिएर हामी उपस्थित हुनेछौँ. Until then, with Roman Gurung, this is Nirmal signing off for Sikkim Chronicle. Thanks for watching.
Get all the credible news on the go. Download the Sikkim Chronicle app.